Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's that boy G Plans. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall. Some say he's a man.
Much like Drake been. Hey, some people. All right. I've never seen Drake in concert. I've seen Wayne in concert.
No doubt, no doubt.
I've seen. I went to the Hot Boys.
Oh,
I
how
was
was
there.
that? How was
I
that?
was backstage. Had a great time.
No shit. God, that's awesome.
But I wouldn't. Not saying I wouldn't give that experience up, but I would have hate to miss that.
Gotcha.
And now and then for you to bring up Drake, it was like, you know, Drake is a real person, but I get what you're saying. Like the experience, like I didn't see this for myself. Is it
Ain't no
real?
doubt, ain't no doubt, ain't no doubt. So just things like that. And then so when you see like, man, I really come from nothing, my nigga. Like in real life, I know and we can go into that, my background stuff. But like my mom was I came up in the 80s. Me and my mom had this conversation because one person was saying, you know, you just can't tell people business, even though that may be the truth. Like everybody ain't just comfortable in their pain as you are. You know what I'm saying? So
They
let's just say,
not. That's wow. I've never heard it spoken like that.
yeah.
Comfortable in your
Yeah,
pain.
yeah, yeah. So you think about that, like some people, man, don't tell him I ain't got no money, man. Don't tell him I was broke. Don't tell him but like I'm comfortable in that because I lived through that. So there's nothing I've been through that, I lived through that. So there's but the stuff that I came through, if I seen Rob was on I think Complex or something recently, maybe today, yesterday, whatever the case may be, and they were saying why he go back to the trenches. And he was like, if them kids could see me, see a Ferrari or whatever the case may be, maybe they won't want to go and thug it out. Maybe they'll want to do this here. And that's the whole point. Not of this. I wouldn't be here without my mentors. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
And when I knew this was gonna be it. Once I seen his house, I actually moved to Texas. He stays probably where you was at. He stayed right down the road. You know what I'm saying? Say 30-minute drive. But I made sure I moved here by him because that's how important he is to all of this. It wouldn't be none of this without him. Period. Not just him. He is the main one, but I have probably 6 mentors, but 2 significant ones.
I need to get me some mentors because a lot of successful men say, "Get you one," and they have experience what you're trying to go through.
1,000%.
If you get your mentor, they can direct you.
Yeah.
So I might do that too.
Yeah.
But I want to mention this as well to start it off. What
Okay.
is it? Gulf Shore?
No, I'm from
Gulfport.
I'm not from Gulfport. I'm from the Gulf Coast.
The Gulf Coast. Okay.
So there's a bunch of cities on the Gulf Coast. I'm from Bay St. Louis. You know what I'm
Bay?
saying? Bay St. Louis. So it's funny. And I want to talk about a person.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Shout out my homeboy Loke. So just for the record, I really don't like the internet for a lot of reasons, but there are some reasons that I love the internet, and this is one of them. So one, I had did a post on Saycheese, and Saycheese had posted Bay St. Louis, Mississippi artist MGM Mike XYZ, right? So I would only comment on the negative comments. So if a nigga say, man, this shit lame, I jump in the DM and say, what's lame about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, because in all hate, there's some truth. Like, it could be hate, but it's some truth in it. So let's just say, like, nigga say, man, you hang with that lame man nigga, man. I'm telling that nigga, it's some truth in that. That dude might not be lame, you might not like, but something in there you just need to pick out that truth. So anyway, one of the comments said, damn, is this nigga from the Bay? Is he from St. Louis or he's from Mississippi? He confused. So I jump in the DM like, no, I sent a screenshot of Bay St. Louis. It's the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And I sent it to him. I said, man, what made you put that comment? He said, I ain't gonna lie, I was just hating. So I said, shit, since you was hating, you owe me one. So check out my interview. I sent him the YouTube link. He checked out both of them. To this day, that's my Loke. He from Oakland, California.
Wow.
I went to, man, that's my nigga right now. From the internet, from an internet post.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
but to this day, and his partner, Pooh, he locked up right now, free Pooh. But yeah, so I said all that to say I'm from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. King of where I'm from. That's my new mixtape that's coming out, hosted by Bigger Rankin. But I'm from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, but on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Coming from Bay St. Louis, you got Bay St. Louis, Pass Christian, Long Beach, Gulfport, Biloxi, and that's all Harrison County. And then when you go to Ocean Springs, that's Jackson County, and you got Moss Point, where Booker from, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Where Devin Booker from, and Ocean Springs, Moss Point, all that going that way. So yeah, that's where I'm from. Heavily, the whole Gulf Coast, a lot of states, a lot of the country is influenced by New Orleans, but I know we are. Like,
No, most definitely. Because when I initially, when I met you, when I met you, I was like, man, he don't sound like he from Mississippi.
Yeah.
But I think before we actually met, I don't know if I seen you on GDP page or was it Nolazine page, one of those pages. I'm not, was probably could have been Saycheese. I'm not, but before we met, I was like, damn, this dude something. He's from New Orleans.
Yeah,
and we really met each other in New Orleans a couple years ago.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
So, you know, it's like, damn.
Yeah,
like,
you got to be outside. I say that all the time. Like, a man gonna see another man outside. So all that other shit, I don't get into that internet. You'll never see a post ever from me on no talking to another man. If a motherfucker hit me or make a post about it, it's happened. I'll never in my life I'll do that because the internet ain't real to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is lame. But as a man, if you a man, I'm a man, we gonna meet. You gonna have to see me because I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to see me, and I'm gonna have to see you if you're a man. So that's why I ain't on that. So, but there has been, as negative as I am about the internet, there have been a lot of positives. Like, I met you, I met GDP, I met I met GD through the doc. Now you think about all the shit the doc be doing. Shout out Doc, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Doc be wild. If I, whatever his slogan is, I'm buzzing, fuck your feeling, Doc. So Doc was on some shit, and one day Doc say, I got the key. If Doc could go find his page, I know he didn't have 3-4 pages. He was like, I know what it is. We got to get a key to the city to GD. GD the key to the city, and then GD gonna be XYZ in there. So if it start with GD, I immediately went and looked GD up. GD could tell you that. I hit GD. You know GD more longer than me. I hit GD. I say, what's going on, man? I wanted to see if I could get some of your time. He was like, yeah, I really don't meet people. So my next, and I get this free game to anybody. There's not one person who ain't gonna respond if you do this ever in your life. All you gotta do is ask somebody, what's your cash app?
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's it. I just asked GD. I said, what's your cash app? Boom. He sent me his cash app. I sent him $100. I was like, man, just listen to my project. That's it. He could tell you the same story you asked me. You can call him right now. So he sent it to him, and I was like, I just want your feedback on it. He was like, it's straight. This is this project right here. This is Stupid Genius. If you see how it is, like, this is actually Einstein, and it's like somebody ripped Einstein off, and then it's me behind it. If you see it, like, that was the point of this, called Stupid Genius. So I sent it to him. He like, yeah, it's straight. You know what I'm saying? So I like, man, I just want to sit down with you. He like, I really don't sit down with nobody. Again, I asked him, you know what I'm saying? What's your cash app? I sent him $250 just to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right hand to God. So we went to Brandy's spot. You know who Brandy is? She runs the hookah joint. It used to be the hookah joint.
I probably met her.
Yeah, Brandy. She's super dope. Had super good food. I ain't been in there in a minute, but so we went to Brandy's spot. I always get the same thing, lamb chop. I got introduced to her through Marla G. You'll always see me with Marla G. Shout out Marla G. Shout out the whole East Side, East, Teasy, Trav, all them. But anyway, I met him there, and I still got the notes in there from when I met G. They're like, hey, what's 3 things you need to think? And I ain't gonna give the game on what he gave me, but I paid him to sit down with him, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm serious about this. Not, just hear me out. I don't give a fuck about rapping. I give a fuck about the business. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether the business starts at music and ends in, M-Line type shit, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to M-Line. See that? Yeah, shout out to M-Line. Yeah. I met Buddy during the Super Bowl with my partner E at Rod 49 new spot whenever he had opened it up. But I'm just trying to link with teamwork to positivity, you know what I'm saying? And that's what me and Bang, shout out Jerk. They probably got the hottest song in the city right now.
Now, in that record, and the reason why I'm bringing them up, because you brought them up, a lot of people got misconstrued, thought they was talking about currency. In one of those lines.
Yeah. Jerk said he, as far as currency, you jerk a hospital, them niggas counterfeit. That's what the actual line say. When I heard it, because the next line say, Bang say, them niggas bitches. Yeah, I said what I said. It ain't no apology. You can tell I know the song. But anyway, I asked him, I was like, man, he like, hell no. Like, and then I got to think, you got to think about Jerk, like Jerk from the 7 War, but Jerk really a New York type of nigga. Like, you got to listen to shit he be saying.
Lyrical.
He lyrical as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And so when I listened to it, I was like, damn, that's a hot line. And then I think I seen Currency posted something like, shit, I like what he said or whatever. But no, we ain't. No, let me just say we ain't on that, because when I say we, everything they got going on, I'm fucking with. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck with Bang, I fuck with Bang. If he don't fuck with you, I'm fucking over you. Period. You know what I'm saying? Jerk the same way. You know what I'm saying? But what I am for them, to them, is just, trying to be a sounding board mentor, and whichever way I can help, I try to help. You know what I'm saying? They don't need much, but sometimes you just need to hear something else. You know what I'm saying? And so me and Bang partners. I fuck with everything Jerk do, and people don't know this. I've been fucking with Bang. I got introduced to Bang through Jeter. You know what I'm saying?
Jeter the plug, bro.
Jeter definitely.
Jeter the reason I met a lot of people in New Orleans too.
Yeah. So and shit, I told him, give him. I don't know if I told him send him my number, however it was, but I was staying in Europe at the time. You know what I'm saying? And shit, he called me, man. When I say we talked, we probably been talking 3 years. I've been fucking with Bang. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even like I tell him all the time, fuck the music. Like I fuck with him on some, like that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? And he just had a son. You know, and he asked me if I'd be the godfather. So
congratulations to him and you,
ain't
man.
No doubt.
I said, when I met Bang, I met him during the interview when he was talking about his kids.
Oh no shit!
Funny guy, great guy.
Yeah, too funny,
man.
He all the way with it though. Don't.
Man,
you know, but that's a lot of New Orleans. Like y'all got a lot of. If I can say this, I'm not from New Orleans, and I think a lot of people get that confused because I be with Marlon. So I've been trying to get a piece of that market for a minute, and that's a very, very hard market. Which, like, I got to give all the respect to Rob 49 on how he broke out of that, because I was in there and started in that in like 2019. You know what I'm saying? And he broke out of that. Anyway, I said all that to say, like, y'all have the most emotional killing niggas I've ever seen in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's not just, I mean, I'm not from New Orleans, but I be there a lot. I'm basically the state of Louisiana, period.
Gotcha.
And it's like that in a lot of different cities.
Oh, okay.
We Southern hospitality, country guys do things, but for the most part, if something go wrong, emotions will come out.
Yeah, boy.
It's a crash out.
Yes, Lord.
Unless somebody's there to stop it. Like, don't do that, but man, he playing one more time. It's crazy. Things like that happen. But for the city of New Orleans, it's a lot of guys like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a normal thing. Like, it ain't nothing for you to see somebody and it's just a normal guy and he done did 10 already. You know what I'm saying? He ain't number 27. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But I love that city just because it's consequences. And people don't even understand what I be saying by that. And like these days, it appears that we've lost the consequence of things. So for instance, like back in the game, you know, if you didn't even have to do nothing wrong. It could be suspected that you did something wrong. Yeah, it's out of here. You know what I mean? My qualities and the qualities that I have, and I really don't like talking about myself too much in a positive manner. But I am willing to put my life on the line that I'm not going to do no fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's a place that I ain't never had no problems in the city.
But some people, if they think about doing something flawed, it'll mess with their morale and
absolutely, 100%.
And your conscience will eat you up. Some people built like that, like, damn, how can you do some snake stuff? And looking yourself in the mirror and go to sleep? I can't do that.
I can't do it. And this had, like, I give a prime example. We was coming, the Saints played Houston last year, not this year that just passed, but the year before that. And we gassing up. When we gas up, I forget the gas pump in the truck and pull off, yank the whole thing out of there. So the niggas who in the car behind, they like, man, let's go. I can't do that. Like, that just ain't me. I walked in there, I made sure everything was straight, and then we left. Like, I can't do no fuck shit like that. So in cities like New Orleans, like, you better be on, you know what I'm saying? Because a nigga build a case on you for nothing, you know? Yeah, so, but yeah, I love New Orleans, man. Not just the food. Shout out MKM. That's my favorite restaurant. I be going down there. Shout out Larry Monroe. I love Larry's.
Yeah, Larry got some good stuff going on.
But yeah, I just love everything about the city. But the market is just real, real hard to break through that. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't bounce, it's kind of, you know, it's
but like we spoke about last night when it come to Rob. Rob just did something different.
Yeah,
and then I think his approach to the game, how he came, it was fresh. He had an authentic story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got some guys behind him, and he was talking their talk.
Yeah, he's talking.
And not only that, you know, the Vulture Islands.
Yeah,
like
all that.
He had a movement.
Yeah,
it was like a brand in itself.
That was dope. And even when he took the billboard and put the vote, like, that shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? And I had met him. Like I said, I went to his spot, the grand opening. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him twice. I met him in Houston. at that when the Saints played. He was there. We was at a strip club one time, and I met him at his spot for the grand opening.
But for the most part, bro, even though you might not think you're not successful just a rapper, you successful in life. And if somebody want to see you how you shining, you somebody,
ain't
bro.
no doubt, ain't no doubt.
Who is
I appreciate it.
Who is that?
Yeah. So I'm just like I said,
You know
what wound up happening in God working mysterious ways, and me and Bang talk about that all the time. Like, if I would have knew, again, like I tell you about my mentor is way more successful than me. You know what I'm saying? And the way they do it, that's what I was mimicking. But that ain't for entertainment. That ain't what they looking for. So they ain't looking for you to really have it and just wear a Nike tracksuit. They want you to put that shit on, and then they'll pay attention to you. Now I got, I got a few dollars, but they won't even listen unless I got this shit on. That's just to catch your attention. And Charlton White do this shit all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, he do it all the time. Like, if you really, I met Buddy as well. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever talk to him, like, I don't, all that snitching shit that they talk about, the internet talk about, like, if you ain't met that man, I really don't even want to hear that shit, because he got a real message and he got a real agenda of what he's trying to do. And he could, that man can change laws for the culture. Yeah. Like, he changed laws. Like, you know how big that is in the state of Texas. You know what I'm saying?
That's major.
100%. So how can anybody from the culture down talk that? You only do that if you uninformed. And in these days, like, uninformed is the thing. It's just who first. I think I've seen, I forget who said that. Either you watch the news, you misinformed. If you don't watch anything, you're uninformed.
Is that Denzel?
Denzel said it. That's exactly who said it. Yeah. And it's just about who's first. And this happened, Lord forbid, I talk about it, rest in peace to J.D. Youngin. It happened with J.D. Youngin when he got shot. The first thing they did was post that the man was dead. That man wasn't dead. That man was talking to his mama in the ambulance. This is long after he had got shot. You know what I'm saying?
He died, I think she said after operations.
Yeah, he was he had lost too much blood, but they had posted off the dump he was dead. You know what I'm saying? And that they just want to be first. I posted it first, and then you get all the views and all. Like, that's crazy. Like, even the point of when people die, they following go up and their views go up. But like,
I don't understand that, bro. I never understood why. Like, how does somebody gain 10,000 followers in one day, and they die
from dying? Yeah, streams go through the roof. All like, that's crazy. So that's where we get back to the part of the internet I don't like. But you got to take the good with the bad, and you don't have to be involved. If something you don't like, shit, you can scroll past that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I do all the time. Or you just put the phone down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I think you start being consumed by that. You just need to put the phone down and do something constructive. So when we start talking about the house and stuff like that, I'm just trying to motivate the next one, because that's what my mentor did me. That's actually how I was thinking of something else until I seen his house. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then now my sister's house bigger than mine. And that's what it's about. Like, that's what I like. I'll brag on that. You know,
I don't give a fuck about me. I say, okay.
Okay. No doubt.
How you living?
I appreciate it. Okay. But then you got some people who wear a $35,000 outfit and gotta ask their mama to open the door. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's lame to me. You know what I mean? I would rather do it the opposite way. But who am I? To whoever's doing it and how they doing it, I can't much. I told you about Birdman. That's my number one influence. Shout out to GD for allowing me to be with him in the Yammy and meet him. But like he says, like, I can never knock no man, like, in this music business, because I know how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? To make $1, less known, to make. It's like I say, I'll never get on here and speak no negativity about no artist. And it's music that I don't like, but I respect any nigga who ain't out there doing nothing that's gonna land him in jail. Like, I respect niggas that do that, but I'm saying, like, you gotta tip your hat off. I don't think the hat gets tipped off to the man who chooses to do something that's not gonna land him in jail and grind it out and just ask for support, because that shit free. Like you were just saying that G to send you, hey, bro, share this. You could say fuck you. Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't think about that response. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anybody who posts anything for me, that's got to be love. It got to be some type of love. Even if it's niggas who will post it just to make sure you can't say they hating. Even though they hate it. Even though they hate it. And guess what?
About that.
I like him too. I like him too. For real. Yeah. So I try to preach teamwork, man. And if I look at our culture and I look at every other culture, I think that's the part that we lack. And I don't think it's information no more. We can't say that because we got a computer walking in our pocket now. So you can't say you misinformed because you can Google it. You can't say you uninformed because you can search it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what we lacking is the teamwork. So let's just talk about the current president. Man, he has people who are 100% unqualified, and they know it. And they actually say that it's based on merit. But you got somebody like General Brown who got fired. And if you look at his resume, like I said, I used to be in the military, so that's why I speak on that, especially the Air Force. If you look at his resume, there ain't a fucking merit, another merit he could get. And then you put somebody in there, you found him on a goddamn farm somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So what we're really talking about, what they really doing, and people, I just want you to hear me out. I'm not mad that he do it. I'm mad we don't do it. You see what I'm saying?
Put your people on.
Fucking right. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
But you know, in some places, if you don't own the business.
Gotcha.
In certain places, there's policy where nepotism is not allowed. Now, regardless if if they related or not, they're still saying, I'm bringing my man in to do whatever. He can be my son, first cousin, whatever. Brother-in-law, whatever. Same thing when they come to LeBron James and his son.
Yeah.
Regardless, I know you. I don't care. I own this.
Better.
You come. You
better.
You come here.
You fucking right.
I don't care who's in the position.
Ain't no doubt.
That's the same thing. Certain things.
They dogged him for that. They dogged LeBron for that.
Oh yeah, they did.
Like that's crazy. Like
they did.
Even I don't give. Like listen to what we're saying. How you dog? This is what I'm saying about the culture that I don't like. And even we talk about men and women in our culture, and it's so different. But like, why do we? But don't bash theirs. Like a nigga say LeBron is wrong and vote for Trump.
It's crazy.
Ain't that crazy? You know what I'm saying? Now these people, they will go to their deathbed lying for this man. Look at the press secretary. She don't give a shit what he doing. She gonna say it's the best. And I'm not saying she wrong. I'm just saying why we don't do that. Why Stephen A don't get on there and say LeBron right about everything. I'm not saying that he's wrong for doing his job. I'm just saying, why don't we do it like they do it? And I promise you should have changed. I promise you should have changed. You know what I mean? But I'm glad it ain't, because since I'm doing it, that's going to be the way. You know what I'm saying? That's